listen, my name is Olivia Love, if you don't know that by now, okay? Please make sure that you guys are liking the channel or whatever. Make sure you subscribe liking the video, child. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Why I gotta have a little commercial? Okay, let me pull y'all down some. Let me pull y'all. Oh, I don't want to pull y'all in too much. Anyhow, listen. Um, yes, my name is Olivia Love. Like I said, if you don't know that by now, make sure that y'all are subscribed. Make sure that y'all like the video. Make sure your notification bell on so y'all know when I'm gonna do a live stream. Okay, so y'all know when things gonna be shaking and baking. All right. Um. Anyhow, this message. Okay, this is gonna be. Um it's more of like a prophetic dream, intuitive message or whatever. Because I had a dream, y'all. Okay, I had a daggone dream, but I had a dream not too long ago. Well, actually, it was like the other night or whatever. Um, and it was kind of crazy. Okay, okay, it was a little crazy. But anyways, so what had happened, right? In the little dream, um, there were like a lot of other parts to it, right? There was a lot going on in my dream. There was a lot that had happened or whatever. But the only real part that I understand, which the fact that I can't really remember other things that happened within the dream prior to this part is we gonna get into that, like it's all tied, right? um but anyhow, listen. So there was a lot that like led up to the point of where I remember myself. Like I felt very feminine. I felt very pretty. I may or may not, I don't know. I may have had like on a dress, like more of like one of those like a long sleeve. Y'all know I love long sleeves anyway, but like a long sleeve, kind of, kind of knitted, cut right here or whatever. Not cut, but kind of your waistline is essential right here, and then it kind of goes out a little bit, not necessarily completely, what I'm saying, skater, skater skirt type of like out, whatever. But it was a very kind of like Easter, honestly, kind of like a really cute flowy Easter dress. um but not Easter colors though, like very neutral, and it may have even had like flowers on the dress. But anyways, like I said, there was a lot of events and a lot of things that happened before I got to the point of where when I was in that dress, I was walking to, it was kind of like, it was almost like a shed or something. It was a house, but it was kind of like a shed or something like that. But I was walking through a garden, right? And I just remember it wasn't even like a garden. It was kind of like if somebody, like if they had like an in-law suite in the back of their, like, house or whatever. It's like you walk through just like it was very rich and very thick, like greenery. But basically I'm just calling it like a garden. And I walk up the stairs. It was only like two steps. I walked up the stairs and I walked in. And and I remember that, like, when I walked in, I didn't go all the way into the house thing or whatever. But I kind of peeped around the corner a little bit. So there was some type of like divider thing right here. And I remember I seen some really, really skinny legs. Like I seen like basically just from like the shin on down to the foot. So I seen like when I say skinny, like it literally looked like bone. Like I felt like I was almost like a mannequin, even smaller than like a mannequin. So at first, okay, it did kind of scare me a little bit. It was a little creepy because I couldn't see the face of the person. I couldn't like see if it was even a whole body of a person or whatever. But I just remember like peeking over a little bit, and I seen very, very thin, like thin ankles, thin legs or whatever. And even to a point where it looked plastic, like it didn't even look real or whatever. But the reason why I didn't go all the way in, on one point, yes, I was a little scared, okay? Because I was like, what is that around the corner, okay? Okay, I was just like, what is that? what's that peeking around the corner, okay? But as well, it was like somebody like outside was still like talking to me and still like had my attention or whatever. um so it was like I was trying to attend to them, but also too it was almost like, again, I was low key okay, in the dream, okay, I was low key kind of avoid trying to go all the way in because it was a little bit of fear, because I was like, what is that? I was like, what is that? Is somebody sitting there? Like, is somebody in here? Like, what is going on? So I kind of like turned around and I talked to whoever or whatever. I was like, yeah, 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 girl, and da 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 da. So so um as well in the dream, like I remember too, I don't really remember going all the way back outside to go talk to somebody, but I remember it was almost like a double take. Like at first I was a little nervous, I was a little scared to go around the corner. I was like, who the hell legs is that? Like what is going on? But I do remember that it was like a playback, like a double play or whatever. Like out of nowhere I was back in like walking through the garden again or whatever. But anyways, but this time around when I walked in, I walked up the steps and then like I just let all my fear go. I was like, I don't know what that thing is. Like sitting there, all I can see is the little legs. But I just walked all the way in. I walked around and it was a friend. I don't the crazy thing is in my dream, like I knew that was my friend. Like that was my homie. I loved this person, but I was starting to think about the face that I seen in the dream, like while in my waking life, in my real life, and I don't actually know that person. So like I don't know who that person was in the dream, like I don't know the face or whatever. So I must say that it wasn't like a real personal, like in my real life friend or whatever. But anyways, I just wanted to explain that. But in the dream it was my friend, and she would also, fair warning, okay, maybe I should warn y'all, but fair warning, this is gonna be a deep message, okay? This is gonna be a deep one. You might want to grab some daggone tissues. I might cry, I don't know, okay? But this gonna be a little deep, okay? So sit back and really pay attention and hear me out, okay? So anyways, I finally, like I said, the second time around, I finally got confidence to walk through, and the person that was sitting there in shambles was my friend. Like she was actually sitting there like so sad, and that was one particular thing that I felt was so interesting about the dream too, which as well, anytime y'all have symbolic dreams or dreams that you actually remember, like there may be some type of significance to it. And one thing, even if you can't remember a bunch of details from a dream, like I said, it was a whole movie that happened before I got to that part, but I don't remember because obviously that wasn't important. But one thing about dreaming and dream state and trying to interpret like what it is you're supposed to know or whatever, one thing that you need to look deeper into is the emotions you feel in a dream. Like look up, like literally Google, like I always tell y'all, Google and look up the emotions that you remember and feel in a dream, because this was an emotional dream. So like I said, all I seen was the little skinny little legs. I finally walked through and I seen my friend. I do remember she was like a light skinned girl. She was a light brown girl, and she had like big curly hair, but it wasn't black. Like her hair was like brown, like it was noticeably brown. It was like a really pretty brown color, and she had really thick big curls or whatever, and she was so sad. Like she was it, and it was almost like she was embarrassed that I was seeing her, like I blew up her spot, you know what I'm saying, like I found her hiding spot, like I had found her hiding spot. I found, that she was actually hiding away, that she was sad, that she was just sitting there and just, letting her life go by, like just deteriorating. Didn't want nobody see her. But anyways, I remember, like I said, let me go back. I walked in, I finally turned the corner and I just seen her face. And she was just so sad. And I remember I was just like, what's wrong? Like, listen, I laugh every time I do that, because I said this last night. I did a live stream last night. It's not posted on my channel, but I said it last night. It's funny when I say it, but it really was not funny, because again, in that dream, I was so concerned. Like it was like loving somebody, and basically when you see them hurt, you're hurting. That was the type of love I had for this friend. I was like, bro, what is wrong? I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, why are you sitting here? Like, what's wrong? Like, why have you not eaten? Like, what is going on? After that, I woke up. Okay. Okay. After that, I woke up. But the emotion and the concern that I had, it was so deep and it was so felt. I was like, bro, I got to do a video on it. So listen. Y'all know I got my handy dandy notebook here. I just kind of broke some things down or whatever, and we're gonna get into it. So the very first thing, the energy around like the malnourishment or whatever, this could be a big vibe that some of you may be trying to, you may be trying to starve yourself. Okay. I mean, maybe literally. Okay. This, while I'm doing this as well, in real time or whatever, we are in the middle of Lent season. Okay, Lenten season. Whether you're Christian, not Catholic, or not, doesn't really matter. Whatever. You know, some people still fast and some people still go through the tradition just to build a deeper relationship with God, just to build a deeper self control within themselves. So that's your own personal thing. But I thought it was crazy that we are in Lent season right now. But anyways, some of you guys may be trying to starve yourself, or there's maybe confirmation that you need to stop starving yourself. You need to stop, cutting yourself short, selling yourself short. Like, you're the ish. Like, are you serious? One thing that I remember from the dream too, like, my friend, like, she was just so beautiful. Of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, everybody has their own standards, but it was just something like that. Her beauty was like, I was just amazed. And as well, like, because she was such a beautiful girl, it's like, why are you out here hiding in the freaking garden greenhouse? You know what I'm saying? Not eating, like, sitting back, like, what? Like, what are you doing? So, and this all, it is that contrast, and I will say this too. You know Also, if of things of pop culture or things that have happened, but there were actually two, what do you call it? Dang, I can't even think of their names now. Two beauty pageant winners. I can't think of the proper term, but y'all know I was talking about that. Actually, just committed whatever, most recently. And again, there is something towards this contrast of like beauty and confusion of like, well, what do you need to be sad about? Like, why are you sad? Your life is together. Da 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 da. You have opportunities. You have pretty privilege, or you have da da da. Whatever it is. So that was a big contrast too. You might be dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Again, maybe you're hiding out. Maybe you're hiding away. Maybe people have this perception that your life is great, or because you physically are appealing or something like that, or you have something that other people desire, that you can't go through depression, or you can't feel a certain way. So there's definitely maybe confirmation of like waking up to like acknowledge that, and seeking help if you need help or whatever. But anyways, like I said, the vibe around the malnourishment, besides you kind of selling yourself short in certain areas in your life or whatever, this also may be a big vibe where you could have been going through something, or maybe currently going through something where somebody else is trying to starve you, or somebody may have just like wished, okay, like wished ill intent on you, or wished that you would suffer. But God, come on, hold on now, okay? Okay, but it's like, but God sends in help. Okay, so remember, I walked in. She didn't know I was coming in. Like, she thought she was hiding away, and out of nowhere, she thought she ain't had nobody. You know what I'm saying? Or even the fact that, and that can happen a lot too, is not the fact that you don't have anybody to talk to, or you don't have anybody to go to. You don't want to. It's like, I don't want to burden somebody else with my sadness, with my burden. I want to go through this by myself. Like, we all kind of get into that energy, and it's just like, let me tell you something. That's also a clear indication, like, God ain't never left your side. And even in the times that you thought he was quiet AF, okay, even in the times that you just thought that he won't there or whatever, it's just like, no, he's seen that you did need somebody, or you did need something. He understands your needs. Don't, may not necessarily care about your wants, okay, but he gonna provide you with what you daggone need. So yeah, so it's like, somebody, for some of you, and this may go way back or whatever, and this may be confirmation, yeah, there was somebody who wanted you to starve. There was somebody who wanted you to suffer, but God, okay, sent in a little bit of help and be like, dang, finna happen. Like, I don't know what you thought this was. Okay, I don't know what you thought, but it ain't finna happen. Okay. And as well, the energy around like malnourishment, or having a dream of somebody being very skinny, or yourself being small or something like that. It can also represent an energy of going through a new awakening. Now, some people might just think like, oh, it's like one magical spiritual awakening and then that's it. It's like, baby, let me tell you something. I'm still seeing them daggone numbers, okay? Like, God is still talking to me, here and there all the time, okay? I'm like, things are still happening. Things are still a coincidence. I still feel, crazy connections with people romantically, friendship, whatever. Like, there are still things that I can't explain. I might still wake up at a weird time. Like, baby, life is a continuous, growth. You know what I'm saying? Life is a continuous journey. You're always learning something. So you will always be going through some type of awakening. But of course, it's like certain times in your life where it's most prominent. So for some of y'all, you may be going through a very, very prominent spiritual growth and spiritual awakening right now. Okay. Now, the sadness in the dream, because remembering like the emotions that you might deal with in a dream, or the emotions that you remember having in a dream. So the sadness, this basically talks about like some of y'all need to be, well, all of y'all, okay, like be careful, of course, not to suppress any type of sorrow or confusion, because sometimes depression or sadness or whatever, that can come from being confused, okay? Because it's like, look, I don't know how in the world to handle this situation. I don't know how to get myself out of this situation. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I don't understand what that is. Like, how come everybody else gets it? How come everybody else can move along? Everything goes smooth with them. How come everybody else like just seem like everybody else smart AF? Like, and I'm just the dumb one. Okay, like I'm just sitting over here dumb. All right, but definitely be careful again to not suppress sorrow or confusion. And as well, that can come from things being uncontrollable, even though it's very cliche, but still say that prayer, like, God, please help me. Okay. Child, what is it now? I can't even think of the daggone saying. Okay. I got Oh yeah, please help me accept the things that I cannot change, comma, but you need to change the things that you cannot accept. Okay, so that's again like, look, you can't really control what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't change a person, but if you can't accept the fact that a person is treating you wrong, if you can't accept the fact, that your boss, is not letting you get ahead or whatever, then you need to change that. Maybe get a new job, maybe get a new partner. Okay, maybe get a new friend. All right, if you can't change the fact that your engine is blown out in your car, but you can't accept, okay, you will not accept the fact of not having a car, not having a vehicle, or you can't accept having a car that's messed up. It's time to get a new car. You know what I'm saying? So again, ask God to help you accept the things that you cannot change. However, you need to change the things that you cannot accept. Okay, listen. So yeah, so the sadness vibe, like I said, it might be something where you might be at a point of being in uncontrollable situations. But as well, again, I feel like that a confirmation for you, or something that you need to know, is that you need to allow others to help you. Allow others to help you gain a sense of mental stability and some type of mental control. And this might be a time for a lot of you as well to be more flexible. Okay, like you have to be a bit more flexible in life, period. And period, hello, in life, period. And I feel like that flexibility is more so equivalent to positivity and optimism. Like, you gotta keep moving, like you gotta keep going. And okay, the next part of this too, which is crazy, the concern for a friend. And also too, like, if y'all want to do this or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, breaking down a dream, looking up and seeing what it means. Like, again, I just pinpoint the certain things that I remember within that dream, and I literally get to googling, baby, you know how to say, like, I just do my research, like, what does this mean, what does that mean, just literally decoding. And you know what I'm saying, the breaking down the little dream interpretation thing, whatever. And child, anyway, child, dream interpretation, okay. But the energy around concerning for a friend, right? This one kind of blew my mind. This one I was like, "Oh, I get it," right? But the concern for a friend, this might be dealing with conflicts, okay? This might be dealing with conflicts with your environment. Okay, like something might be going on around you. All right, and with the conflicts of environment as well as like societal norms. Okay, so even me saying like, oh, I seen like a really skinny leg or whatever, that might trigger somebody also too. You know, my apologies, I mean to offend or whatever. We're not here for that. Okay, we're not offending anybody. Okay, but anyways, you know, literally saying that, you know, saying the word skinny or whatever, skinny, fat, blah blah, like that might offend somebody, that might trigger somebody. So there is a big vibe where there might be societal norms that you, again, you need to really look at and possibly deal with within yourself. And a way to deal with that is kind of like, again, accepting yourself. Again, accept the things that you can't change. Okay, you can't change the way, you know, society moves, like the world moves in this this herd mentality. Everybody kind of, you know, it's always the majority of how people think. But again, change the things that you cannot accept. You know, change your like your I can't even think of the right word, but change the way that you're even viewing society, like that like you have society. I want, oh my gosh, I feel like there's a word now, I can't think of it. But like, you know, you having society on a pedestal, or you know, having other people's opinions on a pedestal, like you care too much. Okay, like you just care a little too much. Do your thing, live your life. Okay, trends are always going to change. You know what I'm saying? Norms, what is normal? It will always shift and change. Like, child, be you. Okay, like just do your thing, be you. And of course, this goes way beyond the physical, but of course, either the decisions you're making in life, you know, what you decide to do for career, you know, who you decide to freaking love, where you decide to move to go to visit, the way you decide to live your life, like whether, and even society or environment, it doesn't necessarily have to be the world, it could even be your family. You might have conflict with your family. You know, they may have a strong opinion about how you live or whatever, but I'm telling you, okay, it's tough. I know it's easier said than done, but at some point, baby, we gonna have to get it done. The picture that I had in my other videos, when I was at when I was at my last place, whatever, the picture that I had where it said, it always seems impossible until it's done. Okay, so it's like, what do you call it? Yes, it always seems impossible until it's done. So don't even keep saying like, yeah, it's easier said than done, easier said than done. Okay, well, let's stop saying it and just get it done. Okay. Okay. Let's stop saying it. Let's eliminate. Okay, let's take one of the factors out. If it's easier said than done, okay, well, if you don't have anything to compare to it, okay, with the than, okay, okay, then that just leaves the done. So just get it done. Okay, but listen, anyways, there might be a lot of conflict or whatever between other people, between yourself or whatever it might be, but again, definitely try to let that go. A big vibe, don't move too fast in your life though as well. Like this is a big vibe where some of y'all, you know, need to start setting realistic goals. All right, do not again, don't be so hard on yourself. And that's where the aha moment came for me. Like the whole friend that I seen in the dream or whatever, I was so concerned for them. That is like a symbolic energy for a lot of you, of your own subconscious trying to care for yourself. Okay, again, you starving yourself. Didn't I say that at the very beginning? I'm like, don't starve yourself. Don't sell yourself short. That concern that you had, that friend can represent a passion that you have. That friend, like I said, can really be representing yourself, can really be representing how you actually see yourself. You see yourself as hiding away from people. You see yourself as hiding away from society because you feel like you don't fit a certain standard. You see yourself of hiding away from your family because you don't fit their mold of being the perfect child or being the perfect person or whatever, having the perfect job, you know, the one that went to college or whatever it is. Like you might be seeing yourself in that friend state. And again, almost avoiding really going deep and exploring that part of yourself. Like I said, I was a little hesitant on going all the way into that daggone house because I seen that little leg and I was like, what is that? Okay, I'm a little scared. So let me go on back out here and talk to Martha real quick. Okay, try to act like I gotta ask Martha another question. And I remember that, again, emotion. I remember that feeling. I was a little intimidated. I was a little scared because I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, but again, There's a big vibe, again, around the fact that I went back in again. That's also to a vibe of you getting towards, or you are in this state now of being confident without fear to move ahead, of being confident without fear, in where you're going in this path of life, where God got you going. Like, you're confidently moving in, you're confidently walking in and turning a corner and seeing yourself being sad, seeing your shadow side, like seeing the side that you've been trying to hide away. And it's like, it's time to address this. So for some of y'all, like I said, maybe you might end up crying randomly one night. You might end up bawling your eyes out. You might kind of look at yourself in the mirror and think back on things that you have done to other people, ways that you have acted, whatever it is. Again, yes, I did just say don't be hard on yourself, but at the same time, you're going to have to release that stuff, baby. Okay, because the way that you're going to be hard on yourself is when you sit there and keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, and it's like, yep, I'm going to let that motivate me to be better, and da da da. Like, relax. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? Everybody has messed up in life. Everybody is still growing, no matter how old they are. Age, we not about to say that line, but anyways, but you know what I'm saying, age doesn't matter. Like, everybody is growing, everybody is learning this thing called life, no matter how old, young, or whatever. Stop being hard on yourself. And for a lot of you, the first step in stop being hard is, baby, you're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to release. Like, you're gonna have to let it go. Let it, please. Please let it the hell go. Like, please let it go. Nobody is freaking perfect, okay? Nobody is. So again, that concern for the friend in a child about to say the movie, okay? In that dream, that for a lot of you, it's yourself. You need to be caring to yourself. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what is wrong? Like, what's wrong? Again, and another thing with that, right? Let me move ahead here. With me, with me being in the garden or whatever, with me walking through the garden, it's definitely a big vibe of where your life is fruitful. Okay, your life is definitely fruitful. You know, again, a lot of greenery. Anytime I see greens, and any type of oracle cards or whatever, that I get, you know, when I'm doing a message for y'all, or y'all asking me questions and stuff, immediately I'm like, okay, finances, money, it's growing, it's gonna be fruitful. So there's a big vibe, and flowers can represent just peace and love in general. Again, that garden, that forest, whatever I was walking through, it was full, baby. Okay, it was plentiful. So definitely a lot of you, you know, it's like you may already be walking in your abundance. Listen, you may already be walking, you know, and basically, how did all of that stuff happen? It grew. So a lot of you planted seeds, and I'm telling you, baby, okay, them daggone seeds, either they're already grown, okay, but again, you stuck in a daggone house being sad. You stuck in a house being sad. You stuck in a house, and you trying to hide away, and you don't see it. You're not seeing what's outside. You're not seeing the daggone blessings that are already on your life. Let me tell you something. Listen, okay. So I was walking through this big greenery. So again, yes, the seeds that you planted, they are grown now. Your life will be very fruitful. Okay. And as well, the sadness that I felt in the dream, the sadness that surrounded the dream, it may not even have to necessarily be around, again, you know, starving yourself or feeling bad for yourself. It can also, turning it around, being tears of joy. Okay, being got on tears of joy. All right, again, you gotta keep freaking going. Like, no matter what, I don't know what that may mean for a lot of you, because a lot of y'all might be sitting up in the castle. You know what I'm saying? Life might be great. You ain't even thinking about nothing in the past or whatever. But again, it's like, maybe it's tough for you to just get up every day. I tell y'all so much that I suffer really bad with anemia, and it's like, it one of the causes is literally fatigue. So while other people, society, like, oh, she's just lazy. Oh, she don't do da da da. I physically cannot get up sometimes. I am physically tired sometimes, and that bothers me. It bothers me because I allow society to tell me that I'm lazy or that I don't do stuff, when it's like, bro, I physically cannot get up. Like, I wish I could just be like, all right, bam, let me go do this, let me go do that, let me get this done. It's like, I can't. I can't. I'm tired. My body is tired. It's tired. So again, like, really trying to rip away, again, any type of thoughts or like I said, the negative viewpoint of others, and just really try to align yourself with what God got going on for you. Other people ain't really got to understand, okay? But anyways, I digress. Like I said, that sadness could actually be tears of joy, okay? And listen, and so the biggest part for me as well for this, oh yeah, another part too is the short steps. Okay, like I said, when I was walking through this garden, I went up like a short amount of steps, like only a few steps or whatever. And the biggest thing that I got from that is that because you truly never, let me tell you something, you truly never fell from grace. Some of y'all might feel like, yeah, I was up at one point, okay, now I'm broke, I ain't got this. You got to kind of, get your money back up, or maybe you kind of, went far away from a goal that you had maybe a year ago or whatever, and it's like, damn, like I don't feel all the way back. But let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. No, you did not. That's why I say get up out that goddamn house. You actually did not fall that far from grace. You did not fall that far. It was only it might have not even been 2 steps. It might have been 1.5 steps that I went up. And I'm like, bro, that is definitely a symbol, because you didn't have to climb. It's like, yeah, you gotta climb the mountain, climb all access. No, you don't. Because there was something that you were working towards already. There was some type of, again, like I said, a spiritual growth that you already been through. It definitely reminds me of the saying, like I said, where it's like, don't and I forgot who originally said it, okay, because I did find it online. It was a woman, and she said, again, do not be afraid to start over, because you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from knowledge. You're starting from, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Do not be afraid to start over, because you're not starting from scratch this time. You're starting from experience. You're starting from knowledge. That's what it is. And so, like I said, for a lot of you, maybe you did take a step back. Maybe life did hit you hard. It can hit anybody at any time. But I'm telling you, you got to understand that this time around, baby, you ain't starting from all the way across the street. All you did was take a little 2 step back. Okay, you took a little 2 step back, and all you got to do is just realign yourself, to tie your shoes real quick. Okay. Oh, why do y'all put up with me? Tie your little shoes real quick and walk back up them 2 little steps. Okay, so again, there were short steps, and that's because you you never truly fell from grace. Um, and as well, a big vibe, like I said, God was never that far away from you. He's always been there every step of the way. Because again, there was a big vibe as well of me walking. Because I walked through the garden, I walked up the stairs, I looked around, and then out of nowhere, it was like a bleep, I'm walking back through again. So there was a big vibe around walking, okay? But anyways, the last thing around this message, was a big vibe around me walking into the greenhouse or whatever, the little garden house or whatever, going to see my friend and stuff. Again, yes, we can talk about the sadness, the woes, all of that, da 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 da. But another message that I got around that is like somebody coming to share the good news. And this is more of like Christian energy, Christian based or whatever. But again, doesn't matter. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But from my faith or what I grew up on, that's what it kind of reminded me of. So when people say the good news or whatever, it's like and like I said, ironically, that we're in Lent season, and then at the end of Lent season, will be Easter, and what we celebrate, child, my pen. What we celebrate Easter for is for God rising up, okay, for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They go to the dead gone little tomb or whatever he was at, the little the little boulder thing or whatever, and they go there, and boom, he ain't even there, and they're just like, well, what is the guy? Okay. Okay, please, okay, don't don't let me teach vacation Bible school, okay? Please don't let me teach vacation Bible school, okay? Okay, listen. But anyways, they go there or whatever, and Jesus ain't there. They like, look, homie done gone. He done raised up. You know what I'm saying? He done raised up from the dead. He ain't even here. So what y'all want? Okay. Okay. What do y'all want? Okay. But anyways, but that was a big vibe of like, you know, And I'm not calling myself Jesus, okay? But that energy again of me walking and honestly, I was walking so confidently, me walking into that house and seeing the sadness, seeing the sorrow, that can represent literally the world. Like we ain't gotta speak on it, but we know what's going on in the world right now. We know about the things, you know, or the things that we don't even know when it's not plastered on the news. There's always war, there's always sadness. And it's just like again that energy of me confidently walking in and just like what's wrong, and it reminded me of like this song, what, oh my gosh, one of my favorite songs. I cannot start singing it because I'm gonna cry, but it's actually called "Don't Cry," and it's by Kirk Franklin, and who is it? I think Richard Smallwood. But yes, anyway, it was on the album of the Rebirth of Kurt Franklin. This is one of my songs when I just want to go into praise, when I want to get to praise and worship, when I just want to boo-hoo cry, when I want a real good ugly cry. Okay, when I can't cry by myself, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying, a G. I will put on this song and I will be in shambles in 2 seconds. So please, and I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna link it in the comments. But go listen to "Don't Cry" by Kurt Franklin. But I wanted to read the lyrics or whatever. But that's like the dream kind of reminded me of all that, because when I said what's wrong, even though that's when I woke up or whatever, but that's what I felt looking at this sadness. It's like, why are you crying? Like again, like the good news, like bro, your garden is outside. Like I just walked through this big green garden. Like I didn't plant it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like giving props to this sad energy is like you did that. You made all of this happen. Like you are amazing. And again, the fact of me walking in, it's like you don't have to sit here by yourself. Like you have people. You have people that love you. You have people around you. Like God never left you. Like that whole dream was just like somebody, or literally you might feel like God is about to come share some good news. This good news might be a new job, this might be a house, this might be a car, like it can be anything. But I just feel like that, I'm telling you, that so many of y'all, it's like it's time to get up, it's time to stop being alone. And I've been saying that for a minute too. Like this whole world, we've got like grown accustomed and like been brainwashed of like, nope, I'm solo, I don't need nobody, you know, like it's all about me, like I'm a boss, everybody wants to be a boss, nobody wants to be a worker, you know, it's like everything is about self-love, self-care. And it's like, I'm telling you, there is a spiritual awakening on everybody of waking up, where God did not put a billion freaking people on this earth for everybody to only have self-love, for nobody to care about anybody else. Like there is a huge awakening coming to everybody, is that you need somebody. I don't care how self-made you think you are, but I'm telling you, there is something around this whole selfish energy, self-love, all of that. I'm telling you, it's going to end up being the death of you. We are not here to be freaking alone. Like I'm telling you, don't allow the thing that was supposed to help you. Literally, everybody went on this spiritual journey of, oh, I'm only self-love. Let me protect myself. Let me heal myself. Like, how you gonna heal yourself? You ain't God. Like, what? How are you healing yourself? You still need help with that. This whole movement that happened, I'm telling you that a lot of you, if you don't get up out of that and start waking up and realizing, no, that connections are important. Other people, sharing your love is important. I'm telling you, it's going to be the death of you. You're going to be sitting in the house by yourself crying, when it's like you had a million friends, but you ignored everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had so much going on, but you was like, no, I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to do it by myself. I'm telling you, there is like a great awakening that is happening and that is coming for people to get up out of this selfish energy. We have to stop being so selfish. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So it's like, again, yes, that was a moment, but don't get stuck there. Do not get stuck in this whole, I don't need anybody, I'm so guarded, I'm so whatever, like I'm good by myself, like I'm about self-love. I'm telling you, do not sit there, because it's going to end up being the death of you. And I mean that literally. I'm not trying to be triggering, not trying to say anything crazy, but I mean that literally. What did I say at the beginning? Two freaking beauty pageant women, two freaking beauty whatever, committed blah blah blah. Y'all know what I'm saying. I can't say certain stuff on YouTube. Committed it. where everybody's thinking like, oh, but they're amazing. Oh, but their life is great. Da 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 da. Those women felt like they had nobody. They felt like I can't talk to anybody. I'm telling you, do not box yourself in. There is a vibe of like somebody coming to share the good news. There is a garden outside. There is love outside. There are friends outside. Like God is outside. Like don't lock yourself in. Listen, I love y'all so much. Please go listen to Don't Cry by Kurt Franklin. I gotta go. That's it. Make sure y'all hit me up for a personal phone call or video chat with me. I love y'all so much. That's it. Okay, bye.